Hey guys, and welcome to lesson number 2 here in your Vray 3 for Rhino 6 tutorials. In this lesson, we're going to go ahead and just learn how to create some basic materials, very basic materials, and then we're going to learn how to apply those materials to selections, okay, by selection. All right, so if you want to follow along, go ahead and open up Eames Ply for Vray Rendering Start, number 2, or you could just keep on keeping on from where we left off, all right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and double click into my perspective, and you'll notice I've got some text here. All right, we're going to change up our text. Okay, so first thing I want to do is open up my asset editor, and I can do that by either clicking on this V, this sphere with a V in it, or I can go up here to my V-Ray tab, and I can click on Asset Editor. Either way, I'm going to get my asset editor. All right. Now, first thing I want to do is go ahead and start an interactive rendering. So I'm going to click on this little teapot with a finger on it. And as you can see here on the right-hand side, so as I move in my, there's a little lag here, but it's still there. You can see I'm rendering in real time. Now, I'm going to run Materials tab, okay? And in my Materials tab, as you recall, you've actually got two little triangles on either side of it. If you click on these triangles on the right side here, you'll get one set of sliders and options, and then if you click here on the left side, you get another options. Today we're going to be focusing on what's on the right hand side here, okay? On the left hand side here, this has to do with viz maps and texture maps and texture sets that are built into Vray 3. You'll have lots of fun in there. We're going to cover all that stuff later, but I'm going to go ahead and minimize this just to get some real estate. Today we're going to deal with a few of these guys over here, okay? So let's talk about what else we have in this window. Down here at the bottom, you've got 4 little icons, and by 4 I guess I mean 5 little icons. This one is for adding a material. This second one is for importing vismats. This third one is for saving a material to your file. Okay, very important. The last one is for removing a material, and then the final one is for purging an unused material. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to create 3 new materials, right? We're just going to create some materials that are the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. All right, so I'm going to click on right here where it says Add Material, and I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to choose a generic material, which just means I'm just going to add color to something. So I will click on Generic, and you'll notice that this menu over here changed a little bit. The only thing we're worried about is right here where it says Diffuse. We're not worried about the BRDF, which we will cover later. All right, we're not worried about any of this other stuff. We're just making a color. So I'm going to click on this little gray right here, and as I do that, I'll get a color picker, right, which is pretty standard in all graphics programs. It looks like I'm in the red range. I'm just going to drag this circle up here to this red, and I don't have to hit OK. I don't have to do anything else. I can just close it, and you'll notice right here in my material editor here, I have a red material. I can see there's a little fog in the background, and I can see a grid on the ground. This is just a preview, all right? Now, you'll notice right here, generic is highlighted. I can double click that, type in red, and I've got myself a red material, all right? I'm going to repeat that step 2 more times. Go down to the bottom to add material, click on it, go up to generic, select diffuse, which again just means color, click on the gray, go over here to the yellow on my slider, drag it up to a nice bright yellow, hit the X to close it, double click where it says generic, and right click, rename it yellow. So we got red and yellow, and let's add the blue. All right, so I'm going to click on the add material. I'm going to go up here to generic, click on the gray. Here's my color picker. Go down to the slider, pick a blue, drag the circle over to a deep dark blue. I can see the blue in my preview. I'll hit the X, and I will rename it blue. And there we go. Okay, so now we have red, yellow, and blue. Okay, So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to begin to apply these materials to the selection. As you know, in Rhino, you can apply to a layer, you can apply to a selection. All right. So in this case, I'm going to apply to the selection. All right. Now, here's the order of operation. You need to make your selection first, and then you can click on your color or whatever it is that your material. And I can just go right down here to apply to selection. And there we go. Nothing happened here in the ghosted view, but if we look over here in the rendered view, my V is now blue. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Click on the R for red. Right click on the material down here. Go ahead and hit apply to selection. And my R is red. You can see some scattering there as this renders. Let's click on the A. Go down to the yellow. Right click. Apply to selection, and you can see the A has turned yellow. Okay. So you have to create some very basic materials in Vray 3.6. I'll see you in the next